Hello friends, today's my topic is properties of motor unit. In my one of the previous lectures or video, I have already uploaded the video about the motor unit. And today's in my this video, I am discussing about the properties of motor unit. So, first of all, what is the motor unit? So, each ventral horn cell along with its motor nerve or efferent fiber is known as motor neuron. And each single motor neuron and all the muscle fiber it supplies constitutes a motor unit. So, this is a motor neuron and it supplies muscle fiber, and this is a motor neuron cell body. It arises from the ventral horn cell of spinal cord. A motor unit is a functional unit of the muscle contraction, as all the muscle fibers in a motor unit contract at the same time in response to discharge of the motor neuron of the unit. Now the muscle involved in a skilled activities have more innervation ratio and therefore have less number of the muscle fibers per motor unit, whereas muscles involved in regulation of the posture have more number of the muscle fibers per motor unit and less innervation ratio. Usually all the muscle fibers of a particular motor unit are of the same time, either oxidative or glycolytic. Intensity of the muscle contraction can be increased by increasing the number of the motor units that fire simultaneously, and this is achieved by recruitment of the motor unit. When the discharge to a motor neuron is of low intensity or low strength, it activates relatively small motor units, and that usually consist of type 1 or slow twitch fibers. So, if the strength of stimulus is very low, it activates a small motor unit, and that type of muscle is slow twitch fibers or type 1 fibers. Now, with the increased discharge to motor neuron, larger motor units are recruited. As the larger motor units contain more of the type 2 or fast twitch muscle fibers with increased intensity of discharge, and the force generated in the muscle during the contraction increases proportionately. So, the recruitment of the additional motor units increases the velocity of the muscle contraction. So, this pattern of recruitment of the motor units, in which small motor units are recruited first at lower intensity of discharge and larger motor units later, is known as size principle. So, what is the pattern of recruitment of motor units? So, first of all, the smaller motor units are recruited and then the larger motor units are recruited, and that is known as size principle. Now, application of the size principle. So, with the increased effort for work, the force of the contraction increases in a graded fashion with gradual recruitment of more motor units. Then sustaining mild to moderate tension for longer duration is easier than to sustain maximal tension. This is because lower tension involves a slow muscle fibers and higher tension involves a fast twitch muscle fibers. So contraction of the fast twitch fibers causes rapid depletion of the glycogen, that is a fuel of the muscle, and therefore it becomes difficult to maintain the maximal muscle contraction. And every muscle of the body is composed of a mixture of so-called fast and slow muscle fibers, with still other fibers graded between these two extremes. The muscles that react rapidly, including anterior tibialis, and are composed mainly of fast fibers with only small numbers of the slow variety. Conversely, muscles such as soleus that respond very slowly but with prolonged contraction are composed mainly of the slow fibers. So what are the differences between these two types of the fibers that are discussed in my next slide. So slow fiber, that is a type 1, and red muscle. These are a small fibers and also innervated by small nerve fibers. More extensive blood vessel system and capillaries to supply extra amount of the oxygen, and greatly increased number of the mitochondria also to support high levels of oxidative metabolism. And fibers contain a large amount of the myoglobin and iron containing protein, that is a iron containing protein similar to hemoglobin that is present in red blood cells, and functions are also same as hemoglobin that is present in red blood cells. Myoglobin that combines with the oxygen and stores it until needed, and this also greatly speeds the oxygen transport to mitochondria, and the myoglobin that gives a slow muscle say reddish appearance and the name red muscle. Then fast fiber or type 2 or white muscle. Fast fibers are large fibers for great strength of contraction and extensive sarcoplasmic reticulum for rapid release of calcium ions to initiate contraction, and large amount of the glycolytic enzymes for rapid release of energy by glycolytic process. Then less extensive blood supply because oxidative metabolism is of secondary importance and there are only fewer mitochondria are present because oxidative metabolism is secondary, and a deficit of red myoglobin in fast muscle gives it a white appearance, so its name is white muscle. Now contraction time. Red muscle and pale muscle. Now contraction time or total twitch period that varies from species to species, and it is less in homeothermic animals than in poikilothermic animals, and in the same animal it varies in different groups of muscles. So these are the differences between the fast muscle fibers and slow muscle fibers. So fast muscle fibers are large in diameter with high glycogen capacity and ATPase activity because they are pale due to less amount of the myoglobin content, therefore known as white muscle fibers, and they are innervated by large fast conducting motor neurons, means that is applicable size principal neuron, having a 50 times the contractile force of the smallest unit, therefore also known as fast muscle fibers, and their muscles have short twitch duration 7.5 millisecond and are specialized for the fine, rapid and skilled movements, extraocular muscles and muscles of hand. And this type of the muscles get fatigued very easily because they have a fewer mitochondria and they are less vascular, and they are particularly suited for high intensity workout. They can be sustained for only a short period of time. Now about the red muscle fibers or slow muscle fibers or type 1. These muscle fibers are of moderate diameter and moderate glycogen capacity with low ATPase activity because they are darker than other muscle fibers, therefore known as red muscle fiber. And they are innervated by small, slow conducting motor neurons, therefore known as slow muscle fibers. And these muscles respond slowly and twitch duration that is about 100 millisecond and have long latency and adapted for the long slow posture maintaining contraction, for example long muscles of the limb and muscles of back. These muscles are resistant to fatigue and most used muscles because they have a abundant mitochondria and highly vascular, and they are required to perform work when the endurance type of activities are performed, for example to perform low intensity work over a long duration of the time such as athletes and running bicyclists and swimmers. So these are another tabulated form of features of the red and pale muscles. So red muscles type 1 fibers are more, myoglobin content is high, sarcoplasmic reticulum is less extensive, blood vessels are more extensive, mitochondria are more in number, response is slow with a long latent period, contraction is less powerful, and this muscle is involved in a prolonged and continued activity as it undergoes sustained contraction, and fatigue occurs slowly and depends upon the cellular respiration for ATP production. And for fast muscle fibers, these are a type 2 fibers are more, myoglobin content is less, so it is a pale, sarcoplasmic reticulum is more extensive, blood vessels are less extensive, mitochondria are less in number, response is rapid with short latent period, contraction is more powerful, and this muscle is not involved in prolonged and continued activity as it relaxes immediately, and fatigue occurs quickly and depends upon the glycolysis for ATP production. Thank you very much.